guys, it's Tessa. Today I am working on, okay, so I'm kind of tied. Part of me wants to work on either a pinafore or just like a straight apron. I think I'm leaning towards pinafore, but I think my plan with it is to find a way to connect the strap with either the waistband section or, so that the straps will come up here and then crisscross in the back. Maybe see if I can either connect them to the waistband or maybe have them go through the waistband and have like a little bow on the back or something so I can adjust the straps if I need to. I'm not really sure. I'll think about it though. I'm leaning towards pinafore versus apron because I have a lot of this fabric I'm going to be using. This is just a top sheet of a bed sheet, or it's a bed sheet. It's the top. It's the non-fitted sheet of a bed sheet. I don't use top sheets, neither does my husband. We don't care for them, so every time we get them, get to cut them up. Or at least that's what I'm doing now. It's just a typical black cotton, I believe. Let's find out. Excuse me. It's 50% cotton, 50% polyester, which I think should still be fine for the purpose of what we're doing. But it is a king size sheet, I believe, which is going to give me a bunch of fabric, which is really nice. And the way I'm going to do the pinafore, or at least the skirt portion of it, is I cut out half of a circle skirt pattern that fits my waist. So there's another layer in here, and it fits my waist well. And I used the Lily Fabrics circle skirt calculator because I figured that was just easier than me trying to do math when I'm not good at math. So I cut out half of the full skirt just so that I could have two halves and I can insert pockets in them. That would be nice and easy. It comes down to right about my knees or right above my knees. Since this is a black fabric, I'm going to, I think, pin around the edges. I have a white pencil that'll work. I just don't like using the pencil very much. So my plan first is to cut out the skirt portion and then work on the top piece and then do the straps because I'm most scared of the straps.
Alright, so I've been trying to do this voiceover thing for like the last 3 videos and then just now realized that my microphone was never plugged in. So that was so much fun to find out and realize. But I do something kind of stupid here. I would like to preface, me making these videos are not tutorials. These are, here's what I'm trying because I don't know what I'm doing videos. So you're welcome to try to do and recreate what I make. A lot of it is just chaos. But anyway, I do something stupid here that I don't actually show you guys, I think. But what I ended up doing with this first piece once I cut it out was I added a row of stitching along the essentially outline of the half of the skirt. And then you'll see in this next clip that I end up putting that piece on top of the fabric to cut out the second piece. Don't do this. Don't do this with a stretchy fabric. This might be more successful with like just a straight 100% cotton, but I was big stupid and I did it, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. With that, the big issue I had was my sewing machine, or I don't know what I'm doing with my sewing machine either. Again, I don't really sew. I know how to use a sewing machine in the most basic way. Almost every item I've made, besides those 2 dresses, have a bunch of threads through them because I messed up. But anyway, I could not figure out on my machine how to make a really like loose straight stitch. So the whole thing like ripples basically, or like buckles on itself, so it doesn't lay flat the whole time. This is a problem in the entire project because I refused to just unpick it. I just refused to unpick it. I don't know why. I refused. It was so much fun. It was so great.
So I was able to cut pockets. You couldn't see that because my table's too dark. Who cares? So I was able to cut 2 pockets out of that extra panel I made. I'm going to start by connecting the skirt panels together, adding the waistband and adding the pockets, and go from there.
Alright, so here I am attaching the pockets, and the way I did it was I took the right side of the skirt fabric and connected it with the right side of the pocket piece I cut out, and I stitched along just the seam, so where they're connected at. I did the same thing on the other side, and then from there I stitched the pieces together all the way around, so just the pocket pieces together all the way around, so it's a closed pocket. And then with that, I did the waistband. I made sure that I connected the top portion of the pocket to, I made sure to connect the top of the pocket directly to the waistband section, so that if there is my phone in the pocket or something, that weight is being held by the waistband and not like the side seam of the skirt. I don't know what type of pocket this is called. I think they're called inset pockets. That's probably very wrong. I think inset's a different thing, or set in pockets. I don't know. But that's how I did them. They turned out really well, actually. One of them's not fully lined up, so you can kind of see where the pocket lining starts. On the other side, though, it's perfect. If you want a better visual / tutorial of how I did this, let me know, and I can be sure to do a whole video just on trying out different types of pockets. Here is where you can see how I'm stitching through, or going to stitch through, the waistband layer, the skirt panel layer, and both layers of the top seam of the pocket. Again, this is to secure the weight of whatever's in the pocket to the waistband, and not to the side seam. So this next clip goes in and out of focus a lot, but really what you're seeing is now the actual sewing of all those layers together. I also forgot to mention that I'm using a zigzag stitch across this entire thing. Since it is a stretchier fabric, I do run the risk of using a straight stitch and losing all the elasticity and causing the fabric to pucker and buckle on itself.
Hey guys, it is now day 4 of the skirt Pinafore, whatever you want to call it, project. Day 4 as in the 4th day I'm working on it. I took a little bit of a break on working on it because I got kind of annoyed, and then I got kind of busy. So we left off with the skirt needing to be taken in by about 6 inches, and the way I was going to do that was add a zipper.
So I decided not to go with a zipper just because I don't really like dealing with them, and 6 inches is just a lot. So instead, you'll see here that I'm ironing the fabric, and I'm instead going to be adding in 2 rows of a rather thin elastic. I think it's like 1/4 of an inch or like 3/8 inch elastic, something like that, in instead of adding a zipper. That way I can still just quickly put the skirt on and quickly take it off, and I don't have to deal with a zipper. You can tell I don't like zippers.
Hey guys, so here are my final thoughts on this project. As you pretty much just heard me say, this has become the project from hell. I think this is where we're going to stop part 1, and I've made the entire skirt portion. I started thinking of a couple different ideas on how I wanted to do the front piece of the pinafore and the straps. I think it would be cute if I could include crochet on the straps or something, or do crochet on the front piece and the straps, and then have that the piece already cut used as a lining for the front, just so it doesn't get too stretched out. I'm not really sure yet. For now, this is just a perfectly functionable skirt. We're gonna leave it at that. I think I've spent a grand total of 8 different days trying to work on this. Yesterday I stopped because I've been having some issues with nerve pain in my arm, and it was just becoming too difficult to deal with, along with trying to sew. Also, if I'm a little red today or I'm a little annoyed over the next few videos, it is 100 degrees today and it's supposed to be 106 tomorrow. And I think next week it kicks up to like 102. So a little annoyed that it's the first week of June and we're already having chaos. I hate the hot weather. I think I mentioned this previously in another video, but final thoughts on the skirt itself, or the skirt portion itself. Overall, it's pretty good. Like I mentioned, I had 6 extra inches in the waistband area, which I don't know how I keep doing this. Every time I make a skirt pattern, it's too large. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If you know, please let me know below so I can hopefully figure it out. I added the 2 rows of elastic to hopefully shrink down the waist just enough. It's still a little bit on the larger side, but I'll take it. It's overall really flowy. The hem's alright. It's black, so it's not going to be this super visible, but it's a little warped and buckling in some spots. I've been told that sometimes happens with circle skirts, especially on an elasticy, stretchy fabric like this. But yeah, so overall, I'll give this project like a 6 out of 10. It wasn't terrible. It was a little bit above average on just getting it done, but I can't rank it any higher because it just sucked to do. I ran into so many more issues than I usually do. It's the project from hell, and part 2 will be out sometime. I don't know. I don't even know if I'll do a part 2 if I'm being completely honest here. I'll probably just do this separately and then show you in a video one day. I don't really know. That's how annoyed I am with this project. It's hit my level of tolerance and somehow surpassed it. I'm usually pretty tolerant when issues arise in projects, but for some reason this one's just kicking my butt. Like I don't know. I'm at my wit's end with this skirt. I just can't. But that is it for today's video. Feel free to leave a comment below or subscribe if you want to see more from me. Or just let me know if you have any opinions on what I did wrong in this skirt. You saw a lot of stuff. I don't know what I did wrong. Let me know what I did wrong. Have a good week. Talk to you next time.